Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking niacinamide, that holy grail coveted skincare ingredient which is found in just about every single product. I want to cover this as part of my I Wish I Knew This Back Then series, where I share with you my experiences with individual skincare ingredients. I'm going to be doing a niacinamide before and after, sharing how it interacted with my own skin. I'll also give you some hints, tips and skincare hacks for how to incorporate this ingredient in your own skincare routine if you do want to get the most out of whichever product you choose. So sit back, relax, and let's talk niacinamide. Around 3 years ago, niacinamide took the internet by storm. The ordinary niacinamide 10 plus zinc 1 serum became the world's #1 best-selling skincare product by like a country mile, and so many people incorporate it in their skincare routine. Well, 3 years have passed since then. I think our understanding of niacinamide as an ingredient has become a little bit more advanced, and I want to share with you my own experiences. Now let's talk about the benefits that niacinamide can bring if you believe the brands that are promoting it. From helping to restore the barrier function of the skin, healing any wounds and irritation that you might have, giving the skin an all-over brightness and glow, tackling the excess oil production that so many of us suffer with, being a powerful antioxidant, and also helping to calm and soothe any irritation. It almost seems too good to be true, and in a lot of ways it is. So let's first of all talk about my experiences with niacinamide. I jumped on that niacinamide bandwagon and I used a daily niacinamide serum every single day for about a year and a half. I noticed pretty much zero difference in terms of my skin from applying that niacinamide. I didn't notice there was a meaningful difference in the size of my pores. I think there was some light mattifying, but I was using lots of other ingredients around that time, so I can't really say that it helped to control the level of oil in my skin. And I certainly didn't notice any brightening and luminosity specifically coming from that niacinamide. There are a lot of people out there that do say niacinamide has given great benefits for their skincare routine. So we always need to be mindful of what doesn't work for me or what doesn't deliver the results in my skin isn't going to be the same for everyone's experience. So I would love for you guys to leave your experience with niacinamide in the comment section below. Are you a total niacinamide fangirl and love it in your routine? Share with us the experiences you've got. Or are you someone that's like me, just really didn't see meaningful differences from incorporating a standalone niacinamide serum? While you're down there, if you could click that like button to support the channel, I'd love you forever. Now let's cut the waffle and jump straight to the main purpose of the video, which is sharing what I know about niacinamide now that I wish I knew at the start of my skincare journey. Well, first and foremost is that concentration is key. When I jumped on that niacinamide bandwagon, I couldn't get enough of the ingredient, and the higher the concentration, the better. This, however, just conflicts totally with the scientific data that's out there. Read any study into niacinamide and it's shown to be its most efficacious at between 3 and a 7% concentration. This is where you get all the great benefits from niacinamide, from the antioxidant power through to the mattifying, some of the pore control, and of course brightening and illuminating the skin, but without the associated side effects of a higher concentration, such as redness, peeling and irritation. If you dial it up too much and go for too high a concentration and strength of niacinamide, you could actually be getting the reverse of the results that you're hoping to get from the serum. The tolerated concentration will of course depend on person to person and each individual's skin type. However, I think if we're pushing it beyond the recommended 7% concentration, you're going to be risking the side effects and not getting the most benefits from the serum that you're hoping to get. This is problematic because most brands deliver their concentrations of niacinamide in a 10, 12, 15 or even 20% concentration. When these are the things that are offered to us as consumers, is it any wonder that people are using too high a concentration? But don't worry, because later on in the video I'm going to be sharing with you my favourite lower strength niacinamide serums that you can use in a safe 3 to 7% concentration for all the great results with none of the side effects. Second, I wish I knew you didn't need a standalone niacinamide serum in your routine. Niacinamide is now in just about every single skincare product. If you turn and read the ingredients on just about any of your current skincare, you'll find niacinamide listed in varying concentrations. This of course is compounding, because if you're using it in a serum, then you might be using it in a toner, then you're using it in your moisturizer, you're getting niacinamide on niacinamide on niacinamide, and you're probably getting an adequate amount of this B vitamin without having to have a standalone dedicated niacinamide serum. I cut this step from my skincare routine and honestly my skin has been loving it. I still do enjoy niacinamide and having a niacinamide fix in my skincare skincare routine, but I get all I need from my other products, so I can cut out that step, save a little coin, save a step in my overall routine, and just streamline things. You don't need a standalone niacinamide serum. The third thing I want to call out is that formulation is key. This is something that is pretty standard across any ingredient that you're incorporating into your routine. The formulation that is incorporated within in the product is just as important as the ingredient itself, but we sometimes lose sight of that. A lot of people said that they were experiencing dryness, redness, peeling, and irritation when they first used the ordinary niacinamide 10% serum, and that's not necessarily because of that higher concentration of niacinamide. It's actually because some of the other base ingredients are quite stripping and drying for our skin. It's not a particularly great formulation, but a lot of people, because it's badged as a niacinamide serum, assume it's the niacinamide that's problematic rather than the other base ingredients which are forming that specific product. I would say if you have drier skin type, then try and incorporate your niacinamide in your moisturizer. If, like me, you have super oily skin, then maybe go for a serum that's more lightweight as a way of incorporating it. Formulation is key, and matching that to your skin type is something that I never really considered. I just grabbed the highest strength on the market, and that really isn't the right way forward. Match your formulation to your skin type. Finally, I want to call out that, like a lot of other ingredients in our skincare, when you first introduce niacinamide, you might get a small purge. Now, a lot of people say you can't purge from niacinamide because you don't have that, it doesn't increase cellular turnover. This is technically true. However, you might get a purge-like reaction where you'll see some increase in whiteheads, maybe a few pimples as a result of it. This is pretty standard when you incorporate a lot of skincare ingredients, and this should last no more than 2 weeks. If it's lasting beyond that, you might just be sensitive to the ingredient, and it's worth removing it again from your routine. But you do need to be mindful that there might be a small time window when you first introduce it where your skin might get a little bit worse before it gets better. You need to factor that in, because that does come as a little bit of a shock when brands promise niacinamide to be the cure-all to every zit and pimple that you've ever had. Just be prepared that you might experience that at the start, work through it, and then you'll have the better skin and the benefits on the other side. Now let's come on to some of my favourite low to mid strength niacinamide containing products. This is my ride or die holy grail for getting my niacinamide fix. It's the Purito Centella Green Level Buffet Serum. They do a fragrance and an unfragrance, so make sure you purchase the one depending on whether you want fragrance or fragrance free in your skincare. This has a powerful blend of peptides and hydrators, but it also has a 5% concentration of niacinamide. That is perfect. That's the perfect concentration that these studies have shown will deliver all that great benefit that brands promise, but without some of the side effects, the redness, the peeling, and the irritation. Of course, still patch test it before you use the product, as I'd recommend you do with any new skincare, but this has been one of my ding holy grail products. I mentioned earlier that if you have very dry skin, you might want to incorporate your niacinamide in a moisturizer. One that I'm loving is this. This is the Super Gel Moisturizer by Face Theory. This is targeted at oilier and combination oily skin, but if you have drier skin, you can put a couple of layers on this to really double down on the hydration. This has a low strength of niacinamide and is also paired with aloe vera, which is hydrating, calming, and soothing. It's also got an oil-free formulation, so it won't encourage any breakouts or congest the skin in any way. I love this. It's my ride or die summer favourite, and it's a great way of getting a small amount of niacinamide into your routine without overloading it with a standalone serum. Finally, I'm going to call out the Hylamide Pore Control. This is a serum that's designed for people like myself that have oily, acne-prone skin and to minimise the size of the pores. Lots of people reach for niacinamide in the belief that it will shrink pore size over time, and I think the jury's out there on how effective it actually is. I think if you're looking to minimise the size and appearance of your pores, it's worth combining niacinamide with other ingredients that are going to deliver that, and this pore control serum does just that. It's got some great ferments in here. It's got peptides which are going to boost collagen production to really, maintain the elasticity of those pore walls. It's got niacinamide and it's also got some hydrators. It's just an all-round really nice serum. Unfortunately, Hylamide haven't disclosed the concentration of niacinamide in this. However, based on my previous experience with the product, I'd estimate it to be around the 7 to 10% range, which, whilst it's on the higher end of what I'd normally reach for, if you're looking for a product to really tackle the size of your pores and help to shrink them over time, I think this is probably one of the best on the market. So there you have it, guys. My experience with niacinamide, how it's worked with my skin, some of the hints, tips, and hacks I've learned along my niacinamide journey. I would love for you to share your experiences in the comment sections below. So let me know, what's your thoughts on niacinamide? Any go-to products that you fangirl hard over? Or is it just a firm pass and an ingredient that your skin just can't tolerate? Sound off in the comments below. And wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and look after your skin. Take care. Bye.